All right. I know people are going to be trickling in as time goes on, but we want to go get started, so we're on time. My name is Jamie Boston. I am the founder of the Kensington Juneteenth Celebration. Welcome to our third annual. I appreciate you all coming out today. I will tell you, I might be the founder and maybe the vision, but I definitely don't do this alone. So I just want to do a thank you to my team, all the volunteers that helped put this together. Hopefully you guys have gotten to where you need to be. If not, we'll continue getting in place. But just thank you to our volunteers. Thank you to the town of Kensington, the mayor in particular, and Matt out here somewhere, Mount Hoffman, our town manager and our assistant town manager, Alex Marini. She's somewhere out here, but you guys can't ask for a better group of people to be running your town. So I just want to thank the town of Kensington for all they do, as well as the Kensington Historical Society, who are also one of our big sponsors and supporters of the event. We're going to have a good time today. So I hope you guys are relaxed. Hope you have some good food. Hope you go back and read some of the books that we have in the background. You have a bunch of civic organizations and community organizations, so you sit there and meet them and talk to them, engage them. They might be able to help you, help your neighbor, help you help your neighbor and help your friends as well. We have a whole bunch of things for the kids over here in the kids zone. The bouncy house will be up in a second, so please send your kids over there. We have some vendors, plenty to buy today. We have produce out here, so try the produce out. We have garments, we have art. We have a lot of artists here today. It's a new thing for this year, so please check our artists. And we also have added a health and wellness section, and we all need health and wellness, so please come over here. They'll be doing some demos, so you can do some little exercises in your chairs, something you can do maybe when you're at work. So we have a little bit of everything for everybody, and I can't forget our great food trucks are lined up. We have one more coming, a little late, but they'll be here. So we have ice cream, we have Cook's Tribute Cuisine, we have Silver & Sons, and then we're gonna have One Shed's One Stop. We'll be here in a moment. And if you're eating, then you usually need to drink a little something. So if you need to drink a little something, you can go to the back corner where our beer garden is. We have non-alcoholic beverages where Life is Limited. They're in the corner right before you go into the beer garden, so enjoy that. But if you do want to partake in the alcoholic beverages, we got a whole spread for you in there. I think we have about 6 vendors, from beer to wine to alcohol. So, don't overdo it, but enjoy yourself. Everything's in moderation. So please enjoy today. I think you'll enjoy it if you kind of come with the right mindset. We have a dance group that's going to be phenomenal. And speaking of dancing, I hope you brought your dancing shoes because you're going to be dancing a little bit later on. That's a little surprise we have for you. So they'll talk to you about that a little later on. And the historical performers we have are incredible. And you'll see one of them up close, and then you'll see some others performing later on, and the rest of them will be back in the corner in the Historical Society, historical zone. So I think I've covered everybody. If you guys need anything, we have great volunteers all around these blue shirts. And otherwise, sit back, relax, stay cool. We have a water tank, not water tank, can't think of it right now. Stop, I guess you call it. Station, that's what I was saying. And a mister. Well, I'm talking about drinking water. And we have a mister. So if you get over hot, you can go cool off and get the misting water on you. But with that said, let's go ahead and get the program going. And so I'm going to introduce a very special person, one of my key people putting this thing on, Councilwoman or Councilperson Ann Lichter. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Jamie, and welcome everyone to Kensington's third annual Juneteenth celebration. We're so happy to see you here. I just want to say a very few words. The most important thing that I hope you walk away with today, besides new friends, is an understanding of our local history. When we started the Kensington Racial Justice Committee back in the fall of 2020, one of our first goals was to make sure that we did more as a community to look into our own local history, to know more about the neighborhood streets we're walking on. And so with the work of a small group of volunteers led by Patty Poss, we have been diligently uncovering our own history. We know now that there were 13 members of the Brown family enslaved here in Kensington by George Knowles. We've just recently learned about another family with the last name Nichols. I encourage you to go straight back to the History Zone, where you'll find our Kensington Racial Justice History and Kensington Historical Society History tent, where you can look at these records and learn more. I also encourage you to meet the other local history groups. We have Montgomery County Lynching Memorial Project. We have Montgomery History. We have so many others here. It's incumbent upon us to learn our own history, and as Jamie has talked about, we do that so that we can better understand not only where we come from, but where we need to go as a community. So thank you all for being here. I am thrilled to now introduce the one and only Mayor of Kensington, Tracy Furman, who is a champion for all of our local community work, and she will say a few words for us.
Thank you so much, Ann. I'm just here to welcome everybody to Kensington. It's always a thrill for us to do these big events. It's a lot of hard work, so there's a lot of people behind me and below that have put this together, and I particularly want to thank Jamie Boston for all the work he has done to put this event together, as well as Councilmember Ann Lichter.
I'm back. There.
Oh, I just want to introduce Andrew Friedson. Andrew is the president of the Montgomery County Council, and sadly, he used to be our council representative, but when they changed districts, we moved on. We did, I wouldn't say better, but we did pretty good by getting Kate Stewart. So let me invite Andrew to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Madam Mayor. You did great by getting a great representative and a dear friend of mine, a partner on the County Council, and Kate Stewart representing this community. I'm really appreciative. It's always great to be back. Thank you to Jamie for your work on this event each and every year. I have been proud to be here every time this festival has gone on, and frankly, today, this Saturday that celebrates Juneteenth, is one of my favorite days of the year because it is an opportunity for us in Montgomery County to acknowledge our past and to make it relevant for the present and look towards the future. And this event really is a great example of that. We're going to have fun. We're going to celebrate. That's what Juneteenth is all about. It's about celebrating the progress that was made when freedom was actually understood in Galveston, Texas. But it's also a recognition of the progress yet to be had, because we know that when the General Order Number 3 was provided in Galveston, Texas, it did not provide true freedom. It did not provide full abilities and rights for the people who it was provided to. That work still continues today. Last night, we celebrated our living legends in Montgomery County, where we celebrated some of the great African-American leaders who are continuing to do the work. That's what some of the booths here today are here to acknowledge. We are here to celebrate freedom. We're here to celebrate progress. We're here to celebrate, but we're here to acknowledge that we have a lot more work to do and to recommit ourselves to that work together. I am so grateful that the town of Kensington has embraced it. I am really excited to be part of this event and part of this day. I'll be all over Montgomery County today, where we have, building on last year, the biggest Juneteenth celebrations in Montgomery County in our history. The goal is to be bigger than last year every year, and we are accomplishing that today. Thank you for helping us to celebrate Juneteenth. Thank you for being part of our community. Thank you for helping us to celebrate the progress that we've made, but acknowledge that we have a lot more progress that we need to make together. It's great to be here. Thank you so much, and happy Juneteenth.
Thank you, Council President. I forgot to say earlier, I don't know how I skipped this, but the musical talent you guys are going to see in a little bit is incredible. In particular, our middle act, I hope he talks to you a few minutes, Mr. Daryl Davis. If you get a chance while you're sitting out there, Google him and look about his story and learn about his story. He's an incredible musician, but even more of an incredible man in what he's done. So I hope he'll tell you a little bit about that a little bit later on when he comes on. But our talent's phenomenal, and I hope you, again, watch your dancing shoes because we got some good bands here. Also, I just want to let you guys know, we have 91, I think my last count, 91 community organizations here today, which is phenomenal. So this is truly a community event, and I just want to thank all of you for being here and participating in this event. And you're probably tired of hearing me talk, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce a very lovely and wonderful woman. Her name is Miss Tamara Williams, Tamara C. Williams, I should say. And she will be starting off with our national anthem. So everybody, let me please rise and give the due respect to our anthem. And Miss Williams is gonna bring it to you. Thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran glad, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
And speaking of patriotic, I do want to acknowledge our military men and women who are here from Walter Reed Bethesda National Military Medical Center. I think I see them in the middle there. I just want to thank you all for what you do. Thank you for your service from one retired vet to another. So thank you for what you do. Be safe and enjoy the day as well. And that's going to be it for me in terms of talking. So I'm going to turn it over to a real professional MC, which is not me. So I have the privilege of introducing a young lady, well, maybe not so young, who, you'll get the joke in a minute, outstanding lawyer, a globally recognized lawyer, a former past president of the New York City Bar, and most importantly, my big sister. She's gonna be your MC this afternoon. Her name is Sheila S. Boston Robinson, and she will take you for the rest of the ride. Thank you.
That's my baby brother, y'all. All right, I am Sheila Boston. I am excited to be here. And first and foremost, I'm sorry, but I got a quick public service announcement. There is a white Pathfinder with a Virginia license plate. It is over in the parking lot by the school over here. You are blocking someone in. Again, a white Pathfinder with Virginia tags. Please attend to your car. Thank you so much. Okay, back to business. Happy Juneteenth, Kensington! Woo! Thank you so much for inviting me back. I'm excited to be here. I need you to know I am your homegirl. Okay, I was born at Andrews Air Force Base. I grew up in Clinton, Maryland. I went to Oxon Hill High School. Then I ran up to Jersey to go to Princeton. I went to New York to go to Columbia Law School, and I stayed in New York, much to my parents' chagrin. So I bring you greetings from New York, New York. So nice they had to name it twice. I bring you greetings from my law firm, Arnold & Porter, K. Scholler, LLP. We have an office right here in D.C. And finally, I bring you greetings from the Boston family. Now, Jamie and I, we are PKs. If you know what that means we are preacher kids. And we have some wonderful parents. I gotta call their name in reverence. They were here for the last 2 years, but due to illness, they couldn't be here today. So in reverence, I call out Reverend Louis James Boston Sr. In reverence, I call out Isabel Dolores Herndon Boston. I need you to understand, they are living, walking sermons. They have been for me and my brother. We are all about service to others. We're about loving everybody. We are about peace and hope and faith. And speaking of faith, I would like to start this celebration with opening prayers and/or words of inspiration from clergy in and around the Kensington area. So at this time, they're already on the stage, but I am excited. I wish them peace and blessings. We have with us the Reverend Norman O. Hall from First Baptist Church of Kingar, Reverend Emily J. Guthrie from Christ Episcopal Church, Kensington, Miss Rebecca Ellison of the Baha'i Faith, Reverend Ali, K.C. Bell, Cedar Lane Unitarian Church, Reverend Adele Crawford, and you can raise your hand when I say your name, Reverend Adele Crawford from Warner Presbyterian, Reverend Joey Heath Mason, St. Paul's Methodist Church, and Mr. Eric Lichter, local member of the Jewish community and congregation Beth El. Please wish them blessings and peace.
I would like to share an uplifting prayer from the Baha'i writings. O God, O thou who hast cast thy splendor over the luminous realities of men, shedding upon them the resplendent lights of knowledge and guidance, and hast chosen them out of all created things for this supernal grace, and has caused them to encompass all things, to understand their inmost essence, and to disclose their mysteries, bringing them forth out of darkness into the visible world. He verily showeth his special mercy to whomsoever he will. O Lord, help thou thy loved ones to acquire knowledge and the sciences and arts, and to unravel the secrets that are treasured up in the inmost reality of all created beings. Make them to hear the hidden truths that are written and embedded in the heart of all that is. Make them to be ensigns of guidance amongst all creatures, and piercing rays of the mind, shedding forth their light in this, the first life. Make them to be leaders unto thee, guides unto thy path, runners, urging men on to thy kingdom. Thou verily art the powerful, the protector, the potent, the defender, the mighty, the most generous. May we find unity, purpose, and spiritual confidence through our shared experiences today.
Greetings from First Baptist Church of Kingar. To borrow a phrase from a radio I heard, just some thoughts, not a sermon. I am the offspring of oppressed Texans from Fort Worth, the city where the West begins, but where the Deep South extends. What is Juneteenth to me? A time to remember history that some now demand be discarded, a time to rejoice for struggles won, a time to reflect on our responsibilities to do right, a time to resolve not to delay or deny freedoms already won, a time for hope in our Creator, our Maker, our God.
God of justice, we give thanks for freedom, and we acknowledge the ongoing struggle for equality and confess the sin of racism. Guide us to act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with you. Help us to be instruments of your peace and reconciliation. Comfort those who face discrimination and injustice today. Strengthen our resolve to build a world where everyone is treated with dignity and respect. Inspire us with the legacy of those who have fought for freedom and justice, and empower us to continue their work. May our community be a beacon of your love and justice, serving all people and especially those in need of freedom. In the name of the one who sets the captives free, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Spirit of life, we lift our hearts and intentions to you as we commemorate this day of freedom for many. Let us not forget the enslaved people in Maryland who are still waiting for their freedom on this day. May we remember the atrocities that brought us here. May we honor the courage, fortitude, and strength it took for enslaved Africans to endure these horrors and prevail. We lift up both those who enslaved and those who were enslaved, as we, their descendants, seek to make peace with our past, live righteously and freely in our present, and protect our future from repeating these histories of oppression. Ashe, amen, and blessed be.
The psalmist writes that our weeping may endure all night long, but joy will come in the morning. There are so many ways in which that joy has indeed arrived, and so many ways in which we are still in the midst of a weeping night, seeking for that joy to come. May this and so many other celebrations be a moment in which we acknowledge both our past and lean into our future and make a way better than we or our ancestors could ever have imagined, a way for our children to live into that joy. Amen.
All right, it looks like it's up to me to bring us home for the clergy. Good afternoon, Kensington, and thank you so much for having me today. It's an honor to be participating in a wonderful event, Jamie, that you've put on that's become such a wonderful part of our Kensington community. The prayer I'm about to read reflects on the foundational story of the Jewish people, our exodus from Egypt, and celebrates this Juneteenth milestone, emancipating black slaves in this country. Importantly, it also reflects on something Andrew Friedson said very well earlier. We remain on a journey as individuals, communities, and as a nation to uphold the ideals upon which this country was founded and the pursuit of liberty and justice for all. Please join me. Our God, compassionate Redeemer, Emancipator, and Liberator of the oppressed, downtrodden, and enslaved, you heard our ancestors' cries as slaves in Egypt, freed us from harsh labors with an outstretched arm, delivered us from bondage, and took us to be your people, and brought us to our promised land. And you heard the cries of black slaves in this country, freed them officially on this day with an outstretched arm. May you continue to deliver us from the bondage of injustice. Take all of us to be your people. Have us treat others with love and equality, and bring us to a moment when this land fulfills the promises upon which it was founded. Ever listening, attentive one, hear us now. The journey of those enslaved has been long, the steps arduous and ongoing. But today we celebrate freedom with love, memory, honor, and the resolve to be a force for positive change and the fervent hope of the freedoms yet to be realized. As you have shown us compassion, help us to be compassionate. As you have freed us, help us to fight for freedom. As you have delivered us, help us to stand against injustice. Remember us, hear us, and be with us always. And let us say, Amen.
Amen, amen, amen. We thank our clergy and religious members from the Kensington area for all they have done. Okay, are y'all excited? All right, I need you to talk to me sometimes. At this time, I wish to welcome to the stage Mutual Agreement. This 6-member a cappella group will share with us original and rearranged gospel songs. And they're sung in a style similar, excuse me, to the multiple Grammy Award winning group Take 6. Anybody out there remember Take 6? Mutual Agreement is local to the DC area, and they have sung at many churches, the Kennedy Center, Washington, D.C. Zoo Park, the Mormon Temple, and every nook and cranny of the DMV. I hope you're ready to be inspired by the one, the only Mutual Agreement.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun, let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the day that hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat, had not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers sighed. We have come over a way that with tears has been watered. We have come treading a path through the blood of the slaughter. Out from the past, till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is cast. God of our silent tears, thou who hast brought us thus far away, thou who hast by thy might led us into the light. Keep us, Lord, in thy path we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met thee. Lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, forget thee. Shadowed beneath thy hand, may we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land.
All right, we're glad to be here. Our name is Mutual Agreement, which means covenant with God. And we're so blessed that we can be a part of this celebration, talking about freedom and all of the rights that we all should have. So our next song is going to be "Oh Freedom."
Oh, freedom, oh, freedom, oh, freedom over me. And before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Oh, freedom, oh, freedom, oh, freedom over me. And before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. There be no more weeping, no more weeping, no more weeping over me. And before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. For it's the same old sunshine, same old sunshine, same old sunshine over me. Before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. For it's the same old sunshine, same old sunshine, same old sunshine over me. And before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Well, you know that love lifted me, lifted me, love lifted me, love lifted me, love lifted me. You know that when nothing else could help, nothing else could help. His love lifted me, 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 love lifted me. You know that when nothing else could help, nothing else could help. Love lifted me, you know that love lifted me. You know that love lifted me, you know that love lifted me, love lifted me, love lifted me. You know that when nothing else could help, when nothing else could help. His love lifted me, 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 love lifted me. When nothing else could help, when nothing else could help. Love lifted me, you knew that love lifted me. Well, I came to Jesus as I was, and all the world, oh, it was He took me in. You know that when nothing else could help, nothing else could help. Love lifted me, you know that love lifted me. You know that love lifted me, oh, love lifted me, love lifted me, oh, love lifted me. Oh, when nothing else could help, when nothing else could help. Love lifted me, oh, love lifted me, love lifted me, oh, love lifted me, love lifted me, love lifted me. Oh, when nothing else could help, when nothing else could help. Love lifted me, you know that love lifted me. Amazed by His grace, how sweet, the sound, that saved, wretch me, how once. I was lost. But now I am found. When nothing else could help. When nothing else could help. Love lifted me. You know that love lifted me. You know that love lifted me. It lifted me. Love lifted me. Love lifted me. Love lifted me. You know that when nothing else could help. Nothing else you know his love lifted me. Love lifted me. Love lifted me. Love lifted me. Said that his love lifted me. You know that when nothing else could help. You know when nothing else could help. 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 I called on my father, he couldn't help. I called on my mother, she couldn't help. I called on the preacher, he couldn't help. I called everybody, they couldn't help. You know that nothing could 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 help. You know that when nothing else could help, nothing else could help. Love lifted me. You know that love lifted me. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, a long way from home, a long from home, a long way from home.
Thank you, thank you. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm looking at you.
Don't worry about these. Don't pick it too low for Jerome. Yeah.
Well, there is a man, there's a man in Galilee, who thinks in folks that are ill. Man in Galilee, who can say storm, peace, be still, peace, be still, peace, be still. There's a man in Galilee, who can wash your sins away. There's a man in Galilee, to turn all your nights to day. There's a balm in Gilead that can heal your sin-sick soul and lift you up. There is a balm in Gilead that can make your burdens roll away. Burdens roll. There's a balm in Gilead that can make you smile again. There's a balm in Gilead. There's a man in Galilee. You better see him whenever you can. There's a God in heaven above. Oh, and answer your prayers when you pray. Just ask in faith. There is a God in heaven above who can step in without delay. No delay. There's a God in heaven above who supplies you with all that you need. There's a God in heaven above. There's a balm in Gilead. There's a man in Galilee. Just trust him and you receive. There's a fountain filled with blood drawn from the Savior's veins. There's a fountain filled with blood from the Lamb of God that was slain. There's a fountain filled with blood. It's power, 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 unlimited power. There's a fountain filled with blood. There's a God in heaven above. There's a balm in Gilead. The best doctor doctor you could ever have. You know when he walked in Galilee. You know he made all the sick people see. Or see what? That he could heal any kind of disease. The lunatic and the palsy. Still works his wonders today. Pay the debt we could never pay. Talking about Jesus, he's my everything. That's why you're gonna hear us sing. Making earth and heaven ring with his praises forever and ever and evermore. We're gonna shout hallelujah. Thanking you, Jesus. Praise him forever. Filled with love. The God in heaven above. The best doctor you could ever have. You know when he walked in Galilee. You know he made all the sick people see. Or see what? That he could heal any kind of disease. Heal any kind of disease. He could heal any kind of disease. Heal any kind of disease. He could heal any kind of disease. 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 On the rise. Heal any kind of disease. Heal any kind of disease. Oh God. Heal any kind of disease. Heal any kind of disease. The lunatic and the palsy. You know it still works. He works his wonders today. He paid the debt we could never pay. Oh, I'm talking about Jesus. Jesus, he's my everything. And that's why you're gonna hear us sing. Making earth and heaven ring with his praises forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever more.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, everyone, I need you to give it up for mutual agreement. Our next guest hardly needs an introduction. We have with us Dr. Daryl Davis, who is a hometown favorite, a highly respected solo and sideman, loved by local musicians and audiences alike. He has brought his music to all 50 states and performed around the world. He's performed with one of my faves, Chuck Berry, the Muddy Waters Blues Bands, Elvis Presley's Juniors, and many, many others. And you may not be aware, though, that beyond the boogie-woogie magic he creates on stage with his voice and piano, he is also, you all need to know this, a peacemaker, lauded for creating conversations about race and racial justice throughout the country, defying the naysayers who say that some divides are too deep to be overcome. He has a book, his book, Clandestine Relationships, and it tells the story of the friendships and understandings he's created with senior members of, are you ready for this? The Ku Klux Klan. Y'all, he's a peacemaker and he's a musician singer. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. So now I introduce and present to you Dr. Daryl Davis.
Thank you, Sheila. My pleasure. Hey, let's give it up one more time for Mutual Agreement, that fantastic group, the vocal harmony group there. So today we're celebrating Juneteenth. And what I'm going to play up here for the next half an hour, 45 minutes or so, will be songs either written by or made popular by black singers and composers. What would American music be without the contributions of black musicians? This first one I'm going to play for you was written by Lieber and Stoller, but made popular by Wilbert Harrison. I'm going to Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. They got some good-looking women there. I'm going to get me one. I'll be standing on the corner of 12th Street and Vine. Stand on the corner of 12th Street and Vine. With my Kansas City baby, my bottle of Kansas City wine. Well, I may take a train, I might take a plane. If I got to walk, you know I'm walking just the same. Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. They got some good-looking women there. I'm gonna get me one. I'm gonna pack my bags and leave at the crack of dawn. Pack my bags and leave at the crack of dawn. My old lady will be sleeping, won't even know that I'm gone. 'Cause if I stay with that woman, I know I'm gonna die. Got to find a brand new baby, that's the reason why. Ow! Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. They got some good-looking women there. I'm going to get me one. I'm going to Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. They got some fine-looking women there. I'm going to get me one. They got some good-looking women there. I'm going to get me one. Might get me two or three. Got some crazy little women there. I'm gonna get me some. Thank you. All right. We're going back to the 1940s for this one. Written by Mr. Louis Jordan. Although credit is given to a lady named Felicie Moore. How did Felicie Moore get credit for writing the song written by Louis Jordan? Well, Felicie Moore was Louis Jordan's wife. And they got divorced, and at the time the song had just been written. It wasn't a big hit, but he didn't have the alimony money, so he gave her the copyright. And it became a monster hit. So, lesson to be learned, never give up your intellectual property or your copyrights. Can I get a little more piano on the monitor, please? Well, I was walking with my baby, she got great big feet. She long, lean, and lanky and had nothing to eat. She my baby. I love her just the same. You know I'm crazy about you, baby. Caledonia is your name. Caledonia, Caledonia, what makes your big head so hard? I love you. I love you. Mama, she didn't like Caledonia. That's right. She said, son, that gal you're fooling with, she ain't no good for you. She got a head about as hard as rock. Leave her alone. But I couldn't let her go. We'll go ahead and call her again. Caledonia, Caledonia, what makes your big head so hard? I love you. I love you just the same. I'm crazy about you, baby. Caledonia, here's your name. She likes the boogie woogie. Oh, boogie woogie. And your knees start knocking and your hips start rocking. My baby, she got great big feet. She long, lean, and lanky and had nothing to eat. She my baby. I love her just the same. You know I'm crazy about that woman. Caledonia, here's her name. Caledonia, Caledonia, what makes your big head so hard? I love you just the same. I'm crazy about you, baby. Caledonia, here's your name. Thank you much. All right, right now we're going to go way back. We're going to go back to where American music was born, the first form of American music. Where was it created? Anybody out there know? Huh? It was created in the Mississippi Delta. It's called the blues. Everything came out of the blues. It moved west from the Mississippi Delta to New Orleans, where it evolved into jazz. It moved north to Memphis, where it became soul. It went to Kansas City, where it became swing. It went to Chicago, where it became the electric blues, and went to St. Louis, where it became rock and roll. But right now we're going down to the Mississippi Delta, where it all began. I'm going down to the Delta, where I can have my fun. Yes, I'm going back down to the Delta, where I can have my fun. Where I can drink white lightning and gamble, and bring a pretty lady back home. Don't the Delta look lonesome when that old evening sun goes down? Don't the Delta look lonesome when that old evening sun goes down? You know I've been searching for my baby, but she ain't nowhere to be found. I'm going back to my used to be, even though she done me wrong. I'm going back to my used to be, even though she done me wrong. I guess I'll just have to go on and forgive her, 'cause I'm so tired walking through my life all alone. to my used to be, even though she done me wrong. Yes, I'm going back to my used to be, even though she done me wrong. I guess I'll just have to go on and forgive her, 'cause I'm so tired walking through my life all alone. Well, now, she done me dirty, but I love her just the same. You know she done me dirty, but I love her just the same. It just breaks my heart, people, when I hear another man call her name. So goodbye, I'm gonna leave you, and I ain't coming back no more. Goodbye, goodbye, I'm gonna leave you, and I ain't coming back no more. And every time I get to thinking about you, I'm gonna walk right on past your door. The Mississippi Delta Blues. Woo! Well, all right, hey. This is the first boogie woogie ever recorded. 1927, came out on record in 1928. It's called Pine Tops Boogie Woogie. And from Pine Tops Boogie Woogie, all other boogie woogies came forth. And 20 years later, in the 1940s, two guys came along and they just stole Pine Tops Boogie Woogie. Each one of them recorded it. One guy called it JD's Boogie Woogie, and the other guy who recorded it called it TD's Boogie Woogie. And each one of those guys took credit for writing it, until many years later they got sued and had to cough up some royalty money. So those two guys in the 1940s, JD and TD, they were known as the Dorseys. Jimmy and Tommy Dorsey took Pine Tops Boogie Woogie and claimed they wrote it 20 years after it came out. But this is the original, the first boogie woogie ever. All rock and roll piano players, Jerry Lee Lewis, Little Richard, Fats Domino, Elton John, you name them, they all cut their teeth on boogie woogie. Boogie Woogie. Thank you. Well, all right. Now, this next song came out in the 1920s by Louis Armstrong, had a little hit with it. Came out again in the 1940s by the Glenn Miller Orchestra, but it came out in the 1950s where it became the biggest hit it ever was. Sung by a fellow named Antoine. Y'all ever heard of Antoine? That's his real name. His nickname was Fats. Antoine Fats Domino. I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill, on Blueberry Hill, when I found you. You know the moon stood still on Blueberry Hill. We lingered until our dreams came true. The wind in the willow played love's sweet melody. But all of those vows we made, they were never to be. Though we're apart, you're a part of me still. For you were my thrill on Blueberry Hill. The wind in the willow played love's sweet melody. But all of those vows we made, they were never to be. Though we're apart, you're a part of me still. For you were my thrill. Everybody, where? Oh no, come on, folks, you gotta do better than that. For you were my thrill. Everybody, where? You're getting there, but y'all still sound like you belong in the Holiday Inn lounge. Listen to that lounge music. I'll play some lounge music for y'all. You want to hear that all afternoon? Then better get on the program. For you were my thrill. Everybody, where? All right, thank you. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Woo! So as I said, the blues was acoustic, played down in the Delta. But it moved to Chicago where they began plugging it into amplifiers. And you created the electric blues. Chicago became the electric blues capital of the world. And that's my hometown, Chicago, Illinois. But I live here in Montgomery County now. So let's play some Chicago blues for you. You know, the blues will always be around. Whether it's back on the top 10 or not, doesn't matter. It will always be here because the blues always tells the truth. Lies fall by the wayside, but the truth will always stand. Further on up the road, someone's gonna hurt you like you hurt me. Further on up the road, someone's gonna hurt you like you hurt me. Further on up the road, baby, just you wait and see. You got to reap just what you sow. That somebody's gonna mistreat you. Now you're laughing, pretty baby, but one day you're gonna be crying. Now you're laughing, pretty baby, but one day you're gonna be crying. Further on up the road, you'll find out I wasn't lying. Further on up the road, when you're all alone and blue. Further on up the road, when you're all alone and blue. You're gonna want me back, babe, but I'll have somebody new. Thank you, thank you. All right, recorded by the Erskine Hawkins Orchestra in the 1940s, written by his piano player, Mr. Avery Parrish. This instrumental became known for the longest time as the Negro National Anthem of music, called After Hours. After Hours. All right, one of the most influential musicians of the 20th century, one of the most influential American musicians of any color or creed or genre, was my big boss man with whom I worked for 32 years. His name was Charles Edward Anderson Berry, and he invented a genre of music. Not many people can say they invented a genre of music. He would never take credit for that, but he gets the credit for it, because he did. He's the man who invented rock and roll. You know him as Chuck Berry. We're gonna do the rock and roll national anthem. In New Orleans, back up in the woods among the evergreens, a little log cabin made of earth and wood, where lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good. He never ever learned to read or write so well, but he could play a guitar like ringing a bell. Go, go, Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, go, Johnny B. Good. Thank you much. Hey, we got time to do about one more here or so. Woo! She wears loafer shoes, dungarees, red jacket, shirt. If you please, my boogie, woogie, boogie, woogie, boogie, woogie country girl. You know I mean what I mean, my boogie, woogie country girl. She's up every morning about 5:30. She likes to go fishing cause it keeps you alive. My boogie, woogie, boogie, woogie, boogie, woogie country girl. I mean what I mean, my boogie, woogie country girl. Hang around when she comes to town, cause my baby, she can really get down. My boogie, woogie, boogie, woogie, boogie, woogie country girl. I mean what I mean, my boogie, woogie country girl. boogie country girl. Thank you all very much. Enjoy the rest of the day. Stick around. Lots more fun to come. Thank you, Sheila.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was our dear Dr. Daryl Davis. If you want to hear more of this magic, you can hear Dr. Davis tonight playing at the Bethesda Theater, accompanied by vocalist Jenny Langer, along with the Chuck Brown Band and Kelvin Dukes. That is the one and only Dr. Davis. All right, we're here for Juneteenth. Can you say Juneteenth? Let me hear you say Juneteenth. Now, what is Juneteenth? Juneteenth is the oldest known celebration of the ending of slavery. Dating back to 1865, it was on June 19th that the Union soldiers, led by Major General Gordon Granger, landed at Galveston, Texas, with news that the war had ended and that all slaves, the enslaved people, were now free. Now, note, this was 2.5 years after President Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, which had become official on January 1st, 1863. The Emancipation Proclamation had little impact on the Texans due to the minimal number of Union troops to enforce the new executive order. However, with the surrender of General Lee in April of 1865 and the arrival of General Granger's regiment, the forces were finally strong enough to influence and overcome the resistance. And today, Juneteenth has come to symbolize for many African Americans what the 4th of July symbolizes for all Americans: freedom. And history reminds us that African Americans were still enslaved when the United States obtained its independence. So, Juneteenth serves as a historical milestone, reminding Americans of the triumph of the human spirit over the cruelty of slavery. It honors those African American ancestors who survived the inhumane institution of bondage, as well as demonstrating pride in the marvelous legacy of resistance and perseverance that they've left us all. So, with the power of your collective thoughts, we can move mountains, and let us not ever sink into despair over the obstacles that still stand in our path. Instead, today and always, let us join hands and communicate our needs, share our experiences, and leverage our strengths. Can I get an amen? All right. Now, did you all know that Harriet Tubman was not only a legendary figure of the Underground Railroad, but she was also a spy and a leader during the Civil War? Anybody out there know that? Okay. Her military service is one of the least known yet most fascinating chapters of her life. I need you to know we have several authors here today over in Zone 4. But I have to give a shout out to Dr. Etta Fields Black. Etta Fields Black, she has a new book. It's called Combahee: Harriet Tubman, the Combahee River Raid, and Black Freedom During the Civil War. This book provides the first detailed account of one of the most dramatic episodes of the Civil War, highlighting the central role that Harriet Tubman played in it. So I want you to go check her out. Again, she's in Zone 4. You can buy a copy of the book. She'll sign the book. Visit her at a booth in Zone 4. All right, at this time, we would like to thank our wonderful sponsors. At the legacy level of $2,000, we have the Town of Kensington, which actually generously donated $12,000. Give it up for Kensington! Also at the legacy level, M&T Bank, DC Rental, and Regulus Group. At the freedom level of $1,000, we had Connecticut Bel Air Swim and Tennis Club, Merrick Design and Build, the Matsey family, Montgomery County, Maryland, and Wilco. At the unity level, $550, Baby Cat Brewery, Cedar Lane Unitarian Church, Christ Episcopal Church of Kensington, the Hollister Group, Dish and Dram, Frankly Pizza, Serve Pro of Wheaton, Kensington, Spring Bilingual Montessori, and Mr. Wash Car Wash. At the Hope level, $300. Abernathy Sticks, Jenny Cakes, Carlos Auto Service, K9 Design, Cherner Brothers Auto Sales, Compass Art Center, Edward Jones Investments, Gracie Episcopal Day School, Kensington Historical Society, Kensington Park Senior Living, Montgomery Municipal Cable, Pedals to the Metal Florist, I like that name, Pepco, ShipShape IT, St. Paul's United Methodist Church, SW7 Gift Shop, Warner Memorial Presbyterian Church, Wheaton Animal Hospital, the Boston family, the Krieger family, the Lehman family, and the McCurry family. Those are our sponsors. Give it up to the sponsors. All right, I don't see Jamie. So we'll come back and we're going to acknowledge our politicians in a moment. But let's move on for now. Oh, no, he is here. All right, would all politicians come towards the stage at this time? All politicians for acknowledgement.
All right, we're not going to hold you long. I've seen a couple floating around, but I'm not sure where they are. If they can come up real quick, I'd appreciate it. But if not, I will definitely say thank you to our leadership. They've been supportive of this event as well, and so we couldn't do it without the support and what they do in the community, so I want to just take this time to thank them. But I also will say the reason why I started this event and how this event started is because it's not about just our political leadership. We can all be leaders ourselves, and so we shouldn't depend just on them to do everything. We should help them. So, but to leaders that I have seen so far, Jared Solomon was here somewhere. I want to thank Jared for coming out. I think he might be back at the District 18 table, so all the District 18 representatives, we appreciate your support and your leadership. I saw Kate Snow as well, but I'm not sure if she's still here or not. That might be it, and I know we have a couple coming later on. But if you have time, I'll give it a second or two to come to the stage just so you can be acknowledged and say hello, or so we can see who you are. In the meantime, though, I'm gonna do something a little different, or take a little privilege. I'm gonna invite two young ladies up on the stage real quick. Flora and Ella Boston, come up here, please. So if you guys don't know the story about how this whole celebration started, it's because of these two little girls right here. They're my daughters. This is Flora to my right, Ella to my left. It all started, ages 9 and 6. It all started because I realized, particularly as a black dad, that if I want my girls to learn about history, a full history that includes black history, then I can't just depend on the schools. No matter what school you go to, the best of the best, they can only do so much. And so I realized I wanted to take the time to teach my kid, be a leader in my own household. And so I did a Juneteenth celebration at my house, in my backyard actually, 4 years ago. And long story short, I'll let you read about it some other time, but that backyard celebration is what we have today. And it was all inspired by these two little girls, just trying to educate them so they know their history, know our history. And at the same token, there's one thing, I wrote an article about it, but I haven't published it yet. Hopefully it'll come out at some point. But I also want to take the time to say this. Juneteenth is not a black holiday, all right? I'm gonna say it again. Juneteenth is not a black holiday. It is an American holiday, all right? If you did not have Juneteenth, I'll give you the short version. If you did not have Juneteenth and what's related to it, we would not have these United States that we know today. So therefore, if you celebrate this country, and I fought for this country as an Army officer, if you love this country, then you have to acknowledge the role that Juneteenth has played in it and those who are a part of Juneteenth. So we should all celebrate, black, white, yellow, gay, straight, whatever you may be. This is an American holiday. It is now a federal holiday, and I want us to understand that. I want us to appreciate that. And this event, if you guys haven't figured it out, is not just about partying. We have good music. I think you saw it. We have good liquor in the back. Some of you probably tasted it. We're about to have some good dancing in a minute. But you also see all the history that's involved here. And we're going to have some more history for you in a minute. There's a purpose behind this event. It's not just about having a good time. I hope you're learning. I hope you're meeting other people. I hope you're building relationships, whether they're economic relationships or community relationships, to help our neighborhoods. The second reason why I started this is because I got tired of waiting on my leaders. Not that they weren't doing their job, but we all can be leaders, all right? We can do little things to help make our world better, and this is my little part. So I just want to thank these two beautiful girls for inspiring me, inspiring this event, and I hope one day they're able to carry this on maybe. But Flora and Ella, I love you, and just want to thank you, and you are the true heart of this operation, so thank you.
Wonderful. Juneteenth is an American holiday. All right. At this time, we wish to welcome our living history performers who will do short skits of the day that gave birth to Juneteenth, when Union General Gordon Granger read General Order Number 3 from the balcony of the Union headquarters in Galveston, Texas, on June 19th, 1865. We first have before us the female reenactors of distinction. They are also known as Freed, F-R-E-E-D. It is Freed's mission to educate the public and to promote the accomplishments of the African-American Civil War soldiers and the women who supported their fight for freedom. They engage in reenactments, dramatic readings, and various other educational programs in order to share the stories of these distinctive men and women. Freed portrays women whom perhaps are not well known or known at all for the work they accomplished to bear witness to the meaning of America as espoused in the founding documents that established the soul of America. So now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Freed.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And we just thank Mr. Boston for being inspired by his angels to do this. We're from the African American Civil War Museum, located at U Street and Vermont Avenue. Right now, our facility is under construction because we've gained new space, and we expect to be in our new quarters by the end of the year. But for now, we're still doing everything that we did before we were interrupted. And this being Juneteenth, we're very thankful to be here with you today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my character. And also, I must mention that on Wednesday, this Wednesday coming, June the 19th, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., down at the memorial at the building where we are there, is also a green stop on the subway line. There will be a ceremony of Juneteenth. And at that ceremony, which will be very special, the names of the U.S. colored troops who were in Texas for Juneteenth will be read. There'll be lots of names to read. If you can come down and join us, we'd love to have you. My name is Hallie Quinn Brown. I was born in 1850, and I passed away in 1949. I'm a teacher, an author, a public speaker, a community activist, and a clubwoman. In my day, I got to teach many children and families who had been freed. I myself and my family, my father worked on the Underground Railroad, and so did my mother. My father came from Frederick, Maryland. My mother from Virginia. They were instrumental in working on the Underground Railroad when we moved to Pennsylvania. So I was brought up in Canada, which is where the Underground Railroad was. My mother became ill, and we had to go on that trip. So when I came back in time for college, I went to Wilberforce University, and from there, God directed me to work with children and families that had been enslaved. And I became part of the network of many people that worked to get our people up to standard so that they wouldn't have to depend upon the government for everything, but they could make a decent living and respect for themselves.
Good afternoon. My name is Harriet Ann Jacobs. I was born November 1813 in Edenton, North Carolina. I was raised in the big house. My mother died when I was very young, and I became the property of my mistress, Margaret Honerblow, who treated me as if I was not a slave, and I didn't think I was. However, when she died, when I was very young, at 11, I was willed to her niece, who was only 4 years old. And at that point, I really knew what slavery meant. Her father, Dr. Norcom, would come after me with sexual advances throughout my time with them. And I escaped. My children were bought. I had 2 children, Louise and Joseph, by a white gentleman. And he purchased them. However, he didn't free them. He sent them to New York. I escaped slavery, went to New York, found my children, joined my brother in the same building where Frederick Douglass had his newspaper, and continued to work at freedmen's camps, and had a building where I educated children in Alexandria, Virginia school, and I died in Washington, D.C. in 1897. Harriet Ann Jacobs.
My name is Charlotte Fortin Grimke, and I represent the 4th generation of freeborn family members. My family was very prominent in Philadelphia society. Although it was still a segregated society, their wealth could not purchase them the right to ride public transportation or for me to be educated in a public school. But they were able to afford to have me educated at home until I was able to go to school as a teenager, and I went to Massachusetts and studied. I became a teacher, and all the while I was very interested in the anti-slavery abolitionist movement because my family used a great deal of their wealth to support this. They were very familiar with the prominent figures of that day and worked with people like Frederick Douglass and also other abolitionist movement people who were not of our color but had the same concern for our rights. I taught, I wrote poetry, wrote articles for a magazine. I also went south when freed slaves were, the children of freed slaves there were taught. I was one of the teachers. And I ended up coming to Washington, D.C., marrying Francis Grimke, who became pastor of the 15th Street Presbyterian Church in Washington, D.C. He and his brother were born into slavery, but they had 2 aunts who formally educated them at Princeton and Harvard. And we continued our abolitionist movement activities throughout the 1800s and the early 1900s, wherever we were. And I died in Washington, D.C. In 1914. Charlotte Fortin Grimke.
Thank you so much, Free. That was Christine Bennett, Teresa L. Saxton, and Patricia A. Tyson. Please give them another round of applause. Okay, next we have with us Clarence Hickey and Matt Gagel. So Clarence Hickey is playing Dr. Edward Stonestreet, and Matt Gagel will be Dr. Stonestreet's apprentice. Now, Edward, I believe it's Elisha Stonestreet, 1830 to 1903, received his Doctor in Medicine degree in 1852 from the University of Maryland School of Medicine in Baltimore. He served Rockville and Montgomery County as a country doctor for the next 51 years. He served anyone who called upon him for medical care, regardless of who they were or whether they could pay. During the American Civil War, Dr. Stonestreet served in the Union Army, attending the wounded after the Battle of Antietam in 1862, and the U.S. Cavalry during 1863. Dr. Stonestreet kept up with the many changes in science and medicine during the latter half of the 19th century, and he helped to found and organize the Montgomery County Medical Society. Dr. and Mrs. Stonestreet had 6 daughters and 22 grandchildren. Wow. All right, also with us today, the 54th Massachusetts Infantry Regiment. This is an organization of professional and amateur historians formed in 1988 as a U.S. National Park Service Volunteers in Parks unit. In 1989, many members portraying soldiers and serving as technical assistants participated in the filming of the Academy Award-winning movie Glory. Who saw Glory? Woo! It was a great movie. And that movie tells the story of the 54th Massachusetts and its colonel, Robert Gould Shaw. Members of the company share their in-depth understanding of the Civil War era with the public by conducting interpretive programs for the National Park Service, by participating in battlefield reenactments, giving presentations and museum talks, performing demonstrations of camp life, and by appearing in parades and other special events, like Juneteenth, around the country. Performing for us today are Dr. Michael Hill, depicting Major Alexander T. Augusta. We also have Private Bernie Seiler, Corporal Tony Jones, and Sergeant Kelly Washington. Ladies and gentlemen, the 54th Massachusetts Infantry Regiment!
In place, rest. Those before me, before I begin to speak, I must give a word of condolence to the family of our colleague, Private Scott, whose name was read, but he fell last week at the Battle of Fort Pocahontas. However, he wanted us to make sure that everyone knew that when he fell facing the enemy. The worst thing that could happen to an infantry soldier in battle is to have a disgraceful back wound. Sergeant Scott fell facing the foe. Pardon me, I haven't had a good drink of water since the Battle of New Market Heights, where I was killed. I'm part of the 29th United States Colored, which was attached to an all African American regiment near the end of the Civil War. We participated in the Battle of the Crater in Virginia. We participated at the siege of Petersburg. And ultimately, when Petersburg fell and Richmond fell, we were transferred to Texas, where we arrived in Galveston, Texas, sometime in the spring of 1865. The people there, that is, the black folk, greeted us effusively because they had heard about us. In fact, some of them had seen us. We've been in and around Texas and Louisiana for the better part of the last 3 years. like the Battle of Port Hudson near Baton Rouge, the Battle of Jenkins Ferry along the Sabine River on the border between Louisiana and Texas. They had heard rumors that Mr. Lincoln up there in Washington and his cabinet, Secretary of War Stanton, Secretary of State Seward, had actually freed the black folk. But it could never be confirmed. Oh, the rumor mill was active. Oh, just like the rumor mill when the war first started back in 1861 down at Fort Monroe near Norfolk, Virginia. The word got out around those plantations in Tidewater, Virginia that we black folk were going to be free because the Union Army came marching to the Tidewater area, and there was just a feeling in the air that Canaan was near. However, the War Department never said so. They never officially said so. But the funny thing about black folk, and I learned this in my 4 years of fighting in the Civil War, was that a lot of times we didn't need an official word. We could read the tea leaves. You could read the situation. We could read the room. And we could see that with all of those men in blue, like us, who were coming into the countryside, and our white masters were in a state of panic, and they were drilling and marching and hiding all the cattle and hiding all the food and preparing for battle, the War Department didn't have to say anything. It can only be good if the blue coats are coming and our masters were worried. So we knew that something good was in the air. Well, the people in Galveston, Texas went through that for 2.5 years. January 1st, 1863, President Lincoln freed the slaves in those states the people whereof were still in rebellion against the United States. In pertinent part, the president said those persons still in the states in rebellion against the United States are henceforth and forever free. Well, that was the rumor mill. Nobody knew for sure, but there was a strong electric feeling in the air that this was a good thing. Then after 4 years of bloody combat in April of 1865, General Lee surrendered to General Grant at a place called Appomattox. Some of us were there. Private Jones was there, I was there. The late Private Scott was also there as part of the 25th Corps as we surrounded the Army of Northern Virginia and forced Lee to surrender to Grant at that courthouse. So we knew the war was over. But the folk down in Galveston, all they had was rumors. They knew that something good had happened, but there was nobody there to bring them news. Well, we got there in the spring of 1865, led by General Granger. The 29th United States Colored was part of a contingent of United States Colored troops. General Granger was in command, and now was the time to make it official. Now, I was there when General Granger got there, but I didn't see him personally. Some folks say he stood on a balcony, straightforward with a document in front of his face. Other folks said that he casually said this in conversation. But whatever the circumstances were in which he spoke, he said this: General Order Number 3, the people are informed that in accordance with a proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. This involves an absolute equality of personal rights and rights of property between former master and slaves, and the connection heretofore existing between them become between employer and hired labor. The freed are advised to remain at their present homes and work for wages. Well, black folks didn't necessarily agree with that part, but the gist of the thing was pretty good. They're informed that they will not be allowed to collect at military posts, and they will not be supported in idleness either there or elsewhere. Well, that was fine with the black folks because they never intended to engage in idleness. All they wanted to do was break the bonds between slave and master and make a way on their own. They didn't need for the door to be open. They just needed the door not to be nailed shut. After General Granger's proclamation, however he said it, or whenever he said it, or wherever he said it, then a reading of the Emancipation followed, which essentially said that all those former slaves are now free as of January 1st, the year of our Lord, 1863, in the city of Washington. President Abraham Lincoln, Secretary of War Stanton, Secretary of State Seward. Those men are now available to man fortifications, to garrison facilities, to man battleships, and to serve in the armed forces of the United States. The only thing left now was something they called the 13th Amendment. And my understanding is that before the year 1865 was over, that too will be achieved. So I leave you with the beginning of Juneteenth, that hot day in Galveston, Texas in 1865 happened to be June 19th of that year. On the one-year anniversary of one of the major naval battles of the Civil War, in which a black man by the name of Joaquin Peace won the Medal of Honor on the previous year, 1864, June 19th, he sunk the notorious Alabama aboard the USS Kearsarge. So it came full circle. Black folk are free. And as one of my predecessors said, Juneteenth is now an American holiday.
Again, we want to thank Freed and Clarence Hickey, Bernie Seiler, the 54th Massachusetts Infantry Regiment, for teaching us about slavery in the United States and this holiday, Juneteenth. Let's salute them all. All right, at this time, we are preparing for a libation ceremony. Libation ceremony. Calling all folks to the tent or come and gather here in the front. We're going to have a libation ceremony. Now, what is libation? Libation is a ritual pouring of a liquid or grains such as rice, submitted as an offering to God or whomever you consider the creator, or a spirit, or in memory of the dead, those who have transitioned on from this life on earth. Libation in Africa is a ritual of heritage. And today, I would offer that we enter into this undertaking in order to recognize and proclaim the existence and superiority of a creator, God Almighty, to honor our ancestors and invite them to be with us in spirit and to submit and obtain the Creator's blessings for all people. Libation is both sacred and communal. Pouring libation promotes respect for elders and the ancestors, as well as hope, healing, unity, and harmony, all through the reinforcement of common bonds. So today, I would like for us to honor 3 categories of people. By the way, I want to share with you, Ella and Flora, go to the front. Nope, you're going down there to the front to the table. We are using instruments today, pottery instruments, for this libation ceremony, and I need you to know that these are authentically made by South Africans. My husband and I purchased and brought these this pottery set from the motherland. So we're trying to be as authentic, if you will, as we can today. They're wood. Okay, they're wood. Sorry, not pottery. Wood. We were at a pottery place, so market. All right, it's wood. Now, I need your participation, all of you, for this libation ceremony. Here's how it works. We're going to call out names, and every time you hear a name said aloud, I want you to say, Ashe. Let's try that. Ashe. Oh, that was kind of weak. No, we got to try that again. Ashe. Okay, now Ashe simply means I'm in agreement. It's kind of like amen. It's an affirmation. Okay, we're going to try this out. Please, Jerome, let's get us into the mood. The first category of names which we are going to announce are family ancestors. I'm going to call out mine, and then I'm going to have all of you join in. First, I'm going to call out my maternal grandparents, Flora and Hugh Herndon. Ashe. I'm calling out my paternal grandparents, and these are Jamie's as well, Moses and Sarah Olney Boston. Ashe. For my husband who is playing the congas, I'm calling out his mother who left us a few years ago, Betty Robinson. Ashe. His maternal grandmother, Bertha Scott. Ashe. And his paternal grandfather, Elizabeth Robinson. Ashe. All right, I need all of you to participate. I'm not going to hear every name, but at this time, think about your loved ones, your ancestors. Call out their names to the heavens right now. Just call them out. Ashe. Ashe. Call out their names, y'all. Call them out. Ashe. Ashe. Okay, let's move on to the second group. The second group of names we are going to call out are Black historical figures who have demanded and fought for freedom. Black historical figures. I'm going to start us off by calling out, we had her visit today, Harriet Tubman. Ashe. Rosa Parks. Ashe. Thurgood Marshall. Ashe. Constance Baker Motley. Ashe. And he's not from here, he's from South Africa, but I love him and he fought for freedom. I'm calling out Nelson Mandela. Ashe. It's your turn. Black historical figures. Call out their names, people. Call out their names. Malcolm X. Frederick Douglass. Charles Hamilton Houston. Rosa Parks. Call out the names. Call out the names. Ashe. Ashe. All right, the third category is very Kensington specific. At this time, I'm going to call out the names of those whose names were written down in the census for Kensington, and they were enslaved persons right here in Kensington. I'm going to call out their names, and I'll tell you the age they were when their names were actually publicly, finally acknowledged and written down. First, on the property of Michael J. Brown, the enslaved were George Williams, 35, Ashe. Anna Williams, 24, Ashe. Eliza Williams, age 9, Ashe. Emma Williams, age 7, Ashe. Louisa Williams, 5 years old, Ashe. Anna's child, that's all she's named as. Anna's child, 6 months old, Ashe. Rebecca Nichols, age 45, Ashe. Henry Nichols, age 38, Ashe. Ellen Nichols, 16, Ashe. There is yet another list, and it's from the property of George Knowles. George Knowles, property. Here are the names. Alice Brown, age 48, Ashe. Basil Brown, age 28, Ashe. Margaret Brown, age 26, Ashe. Samuel Brown, age 24, Ashe. Frank Brown, age 20, Ashe. Maria Brown, age 18, Ashe. Joseph Brown, age 16, Ashe. Eliza Brown, age 14, Ashe. James Brown, age 10, Ashe. William Brown, age 8, Ashe. Mary Ponson, age 6, Ashe. Mary Brown, excuse me, it was Mary Brown, 6. Charles Brown, age 3, Ashe. And Robert Brown, 10 months old, Ashe. We thank you, Creator, for our ancestors. We ask that you bless the souls that have gone on, especially those who were the enslaved people right here in Kensington, Maryland. And I need you all to say with me 3 times, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe! Thank you all. Thank you, Ella and Flora Boston, for assisting us in this libation ceremony. I'm going to ask that DJ Details give us a little tune, and we'll be right back with some more entertainment. Peace and love to all of you.
All right, so if you all are gathered here nice and close, we're going to ask you to gather around the stage. You can have a seat, you can pop a squat, or you can stand, whatever makes your boat float. So, my name is Marin. I am with Urban Artistry. What's our name? Okay, so you know who's here. Let me tell you a little bit about us. Urban Artistry is a 501c3 nonprofit. We're really focused on the cultural preservation of urban art forms. In fact, part of our name is the Cultural Education Project. So not only do we talk about and show the dances that we do, but we talk about how they are culturally relevant and historical, and how we bring those histories into the present. Are you ready to dance with us? Okay, get ready, but not just yet. Hold your horses. There are 3 parts to our show today. The first part is where we show you and teach you about the styles that we are proficient in. The second part, we're going to show you and bring you up so that you can try one of the styles that we teach. The third part is where we all get to dance together. All right? So if you're going to be a tiny bit patient, I promise you're going to learn a lot. Are y'all ready? I didn't hear you. Are you ready? All right, so presenting Urban Artistry, I'm going to start by presenting our dancers, and I'll have them come forward and just show a tiny bit, a taste of what you're going to see today. All right? All right, if you're ready for the Urban Artistry dances, go ahead and clap your hands. Introducing from left to right, we'll go with Leo first. Say hi to Leo. Awesome. Coming up next is Whitney. After that, we've got Coobs. After that, we've got Avery. Thank you. Oh, we got a doctor in the house. This is Dr. Shah. Next up is Kevin. And finally, we've got Gary. Now, we know this show would not be complete because we would be dancing to nothing if we did not have a beat, right? So I definitely have to introduce you to our main DJ, the one who's actually doing DJ classes for Urban Artistry and DJing a lot of the battles that are coming up. Now, I know June is a really special month, right? We're here celebrating Juneteenth. Tomorrow's a pretty special day, too. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. It's also Pride, happy Pride. But June is also important for one other reason. Urban Artistry does something super special called International Soul Society Festival. And let me tell you, people are coming from all over the world, all over the country to become a part of these battles, panels, and workshops. DJing at least 3 of the battles is our current DJ right now. His name is DJ Mate Massey. Give it up for our DJ, y'all. All right, so the first style that we're gonna look at today is called hip hop. In fact, we have our hip hop instructor here. His name is Avery. Say hi, Avery, again. All right, so I think I heard the Urban Artistry dancers a little louder. Say hi, Avery, y'all. All right, now that we're here and we're focused, we've got Avery showing a little bit of what hip hop looks like. We're gonna start with a demo, then he's gonna get down with a solo. So, Avery's gonna show us a little bit of the bounce. As he's showing the bounce, hip-hop was born in the 80s. Raise your hand if you were born in the 80s. Best years ever, I tell you. Best years, aren't they good? So, 80s baby, hip-hop was born out of so many different styles. It was born out of funk. It was born out of popping. It was born out of locking. Don't worry, we'll tell you about those other styles later. But as the youngest style that we're teaching, hip-hop was formed based on sampling, taking little parts of each style and making it your own. Now, if we were to have a Juneteenth special talking about the history of hip-hop, the history would be community. When we come together for hip-hop, we are talking about block parties. We're talking about Juneteenth celebrations. We're talking about house parties. Can y'all come together just a little bit closer? We're gonna see Avery as he does some bounces and as he does some rocks. If you want, you can rock with him. Let's get some claps. All right, we're gonna see our hip hop dancers do their solos in 3, 2, and 1. Give it up for Dr. Shaw, y'all. Keep the beat with your claps. Keep the beat with your claps. Remember, as much energy as y'all give us, we can give you, so give it right back. If you like what you see, clap your hands. Give it up for Dr. Shaw, y'all. Awesome, awesome. Give it up for hip hop. We got Coobs coming up next. You gotta pay attention to the details, y'all. Hey, hey. Clap it up, clap it up. This is hip hop. Hey. Now, if you see something that you can't do, you gotta clap a little louder. You know that, right? Hey, give it up for Coobs, y'all. Awesome. So that was the first of many styles that we teach with urban artistry. In fact, we are not that far away from y'all. Kensington, I didn't know it, but y'all are our next door neighbors. We are just so close in Silver Spring on the Wheaton side. So right by the Wheaton Metro, if you know where it is, raise your hand. Oh, okay, y'all know where urban artistry is then. We're a hop, skip, and a jump away. So maybe we'll see you at classes during the week, except next week is Soul Society. Again, I can't mention this enough. Because if you've been to Soul Society before, so many people are coming from in and out of town that the energy just radiates off of us. Are you ready to see a little bit more? All right, I guess we'll show you. Okay, coming up next is my favorite style. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud. It's my favorite style, I'm not gonna lie. It's called whacking. Raise your hand if you've heard of whacking before. Oh, okay, I've got some whackers in the house. So, whacking, if we're thinking about the Juneteenth principle, we're gonna bring it back to unapologetic pride. See? Yes, thank you. That's what I needed to hear. Whacking was born in the 1970s in LA. It was birthed by Black queer culture. Dancers, DJs coming together, being united and free. These movements come out of LA, which is the Hollywood scene, if I do say so myself. So in whacking, there is a lot of drama. There are a lot of poses that you might see in films. There's also a lot of influence. The word whack in particular comes from moving with purpose. The whack that you hear, like the pow, like the anything from cartoons, the onomatopoeias. Yep, any sound effects that you hear moving with purpose is from whacking. Are you ready to see Kevin move with purpose? All right, so for whacking, you'll see some footwork, any kind of footwork, funky footwork from the 70s. You're also gonna start seeing, oh, he's not just moving his feet, he's also moving his arms. Those arms, most of them are called arm rolls. What are they called? arm rolls. You're hearing music that came from the disco scene, that came from the funk scene. And later on, you know, we do whack into everything. You might have seen friends like Victor Manuel. You might have seen people like Diana Ross with the wonderful and fabulous whack dancers. This is Kevin whacking. He's going off. Go ahead, show him what whacking is, Kevin. Give it up now, y'all. That's right. If you can't do it, I know you're clapping hard. All right, Kevin. Hey, Kevin, over here. Can you hold this mic for me real quick? Oh, thank you.
Let's go. Let's go, Mary. Woo! The massive character.
Y'all better get it right. Whew. Now, don't mind me if I'm a little out of breath. Just clap a little longer. Just clap a little longer. I said clap a little longer. Thank you. So that was whacking. The next style is a little older than whacking. It's called popping.
Didn't Mary do well? Come on, you know what I mean? Listen, sometimes you just can't give credit to yourselves. You know, this is one of those moments. Marin, fantastic solo. We appreciate you. Marin is one of the whacking instructors on Thursday, okay, at the Urban Artistry Studio. Okay, so come see Marin. Get open and learn how to do this style with us, all right?
Thank you, DJ Mate Massey. All right, so the next style that we're learning about is called popping. What's it called? Raise your hand if you might have seen some popping before. Okay, y'all hear that music? Yeah, that's the funk right there. If we were talking about a Juneteenth principle for popping, it would be, close your eyes, envisioning a realistic and fantastic future. In the 1970s, we're thinking about, I know, we're thinking about the Black Power movement. We're just finishing the Civil Rights movement. We're going into the era where Black folk are standing up for themselves, even more so than before. We're thinking about popping coming from Oakland, and transforming the scene. You might have seen it on shows like Soul Train. But did you know that the first name of popping was not popping? It was actually Electric Boogaloo. So, thinking about Electric Boogaloo, there are so many different styles that come off of popping. There's strutting, there's Electric Boogaloo, there's Twisto Flexes, there are so many that I can't even think of all the names. Are you ready to see some popping? Now, the heartbeat of popping is called the hit. What you're gonna see Leo doing right now is the hardest hit that you've ever seen. If you look really closely, you might even see their Afro pop. I see it. If you notice, popping is all about the release and contraction of your muscles. This was done together, or solo. Coming primarily from groups like the Temptations, who work together as a unit. That's where strutting focused from. You might also see some people doing it solo. What happens if we move from hits to something smoother? That's right, popping can be smooth too. What about waves? Coos, can you show them a little bit of waves? You saw how he took that right there? If you can see the water flowing through them. Go ahead and say, go Coos. Go Coos. Very nice. You might also want to come to the Book of Styles. That's one of the battles that DJ Mate Massey will be DJing, and it's focused primarily on popping and the history of the Boogaloo legacy. We know the history, and we push it forward. I think you might be ready to see some of their solos. If you're ready, give them both a big round of applause. All right, let's see some poppin' solos, y'all. First up is Leo. Go ahead, you can clap louder than that. You know you can't do that move right there. I can't either, it's all right.
1, 2, check, check 1.
Give it up. We had Leo, now we're focused back on cubes. Let's see if we can make a cube.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
Hey, get it, cubes.
Check, check, check. Get it, get it, get it.
That's some isolation, some control right there.
I can't help it.
Hey. Very nice. Give it up for Coombs. Give it up for Leo. Oh, and the heat too? Yes, thank you, son. Thank you. All right, so coming up next, we've got another style. Let's see if we can name the ones that we've done so far. First we did... We did what? Okay, all right. We did hip hop. I barely heard that, so you're gonna have to speak louder next time. Then we did whacking. Yes, y'all remember. Thank you. After that, we did popping. Okay, we only have 2 more, and then I promise, high five, tag, you're in. Ready? The next one that we're gonna do is called locking. So locking was also born on the West Coast. When you're thinking about locking, you think of dynamic movement. In fact, Juneteenth principal connection, dynamic independence. Lockers are moving independently, walking and talking on their own. So funky, you might have really seen them on Soul Train. You might have seen dancers like Demita Joe Freeman. You might have seen, in fact, Don Campbell himself, who created locking. When we talk about Don Campbell, you literally hear, oh, he started to do the funky chicken. Yes, you can practice if you want. And he got stuck. And in fact, that one move that he got stuck in became named the lock, which is where the name locking came from. Are you all ready to see some lockers? Okay, I can't help but introduce them. Come on out, our locking team.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2.
Everybody, we need a soul clap. We got James Brown playing. Come on.
One, two.
It's showing points and locks. That's a lock. Hey, hey, lock it up. Lock it up. All right, it's time to see some solos, y'all. Come on. Everybody clap your hands. Let's go. We got the point. Solo time. Let's go.
You just saw Dr. Shaw. Right now, you are looking at Whitney. Give it up for Whitney, y'all. Hey, go ahead. Hey, show that pace, that floor work and locking. We told y'all it was dynamic. Hey, hey. Get it, Whitney. If y'all are on the good foot, go ahead and get it tapping. Hey, we are Urban Artistry. Give it up for our lockers, y'all. I might have one good lock in me, I don't know, let's see. Okay, I did one lock. All right, so we are on our final style that we're teaching. But I do have to tell you one more time. I don't think I've said this enough, y'all, but it's okay because we've got beautiful signs right behind us. If you like what you saw and you took some footage, we would love to have it. We would love for you to post it too. If you want, you can tag us at Urban Artistry DC. Okay. If you really are thinking about that International Soul Society Festival, about how many battles, how many panels, how many workshops you want to come to, at Soul Society Fest on Instagram. And if you just don't do Insta, it's all right. We still love you. We've got our website, www.urbanartistry.org. Final style. I said whacking was my favorite, but this one was my first. It's called house. Now, if you've heard of house dance and house music, we're thinking about Chicago in the 70s. Oh, okay, I see you. You know you got to shout it out when you see it. In Chicago, we have black queer DJs layering music, getting that 4-on-4 pounding beat. In fact, for house dance and house music, you are thinking about how can communities come together respectfully? Yep, that's our Juneteenth principle, respectful unity. What that looked like in the 70s when even clubs were still segregated.
Yeah, I'm easy.
It looked like house dance clubs being created in houses and getting invite only so that everyone who came in knew somebody and was part of a community that they could trust. Eventually, those doors opened up and everyone was let into the beauty of house music and dance. Are y'all ready to see some house dance? All right. Let me just leave the floor a little bit. We're gonna start with a demo, quick demo. Let's go ahead and start with the heartbeat of house music. You might already feel it. It's the jack. Right now, you see Kevin doing the jack. The jack is when you say, yes, I hear the music. Yes, I agree with the music. And absolutely, I can move to the music. The jack can live anywhere in your body. But once that jack starts moving a little bit more, you might see some footwork. Huh. Gary, let's see a little footwork here. You remember, if you can't do this, you need to be clapping your hands. Hey. Get it, Gary. Showing us some house footwork. When you start getting down low, what you're gonna start seeing is some floor work. What? Is that DJ Nate Massey getting on the floor? That's right, we do it all here in Urban Artistry. DJ Nate Massey is a dancer, AKA Russell, doing floor work with the best of them. Hey, everybody wants some of that floor. Hey. Woo! I know y'all couldn't do that spin and that knee drag. Hey, get it, y'all. All right, because house dance is so participatory, we're gonna take it round. Hey. Come on, y'all. What we're cipher. A cipher is a dance circle where each person is respected, has their time to shine, shares the space with others, where we all come together and do our thing, right? Hey, give it up for our last solos in house. Hey, remember, we are Urban Artistry. At Urban Artistry DC, we love the children, we love the babies. We do teach children's classes for Funketeers youth. Sometimes more than one gets in that cipher. Hey, part of the cipher, it's a dance circle, and we protect those in it and make those aware who are not yet in it yet. Hey, if y'all feel this house music, go ahead and clap your hands. Give it up, give it up. Give it up, give it up. Hey, hey. Go ahead, Russell. House dance is one of the most inclusive styles. You might see some capoeira. You might see some West African. You might see a little whacking, but you'll definitely always see the jack. Get it, y'all. Everyone's welcome in this cipher. Hey, put your hands up. Get it, y'all. Ha. We are again Urban Artistry. We are located in Wheaton, just across from the IHOP. You know where it is. Hey. Oh, I see some dancing on the side already. That's right. It's almost time. It's almost time for us to shine, y'all.
You gotta get up
Woo.
and dance. You gotta get up.
Look at the musicality, y'all.
Can you get up? And
That's
dance?
right.
You need to get up and dance. You gotta get up and dance. You gotta get up and dance.
Hey, give it up for Leo, y'all.
And dance. You need to get up.
Closing us out. Hey, get it, Dr. Shaw. Give it up for that doctorate, y'all. Hey. Urban Artistry, we are here getting ready for Soul Society, International Soul Society Festival. Looking out, looking out. Hey, hey, last one. You didn't see him coming, did you? This is Avery, hip hop and house dance. That's right. Clap, clap. Give it up for Urban Artistry, y'all. Hey. Get it. If your knees don't go to the floor like that, clap a little louder, y'all. That's right. Hey, we brought the wind, we brought the sun, we brought all the natural elements. Coming up for Urban Artistry, we appreciate your time for this first of the 3 sections. All right, can we have, coming up next, y'all want us to take us bow? Yeah, we're gonna take one anyway. Come on up, y'all, come on up. Urban Artistry. At Urban Artistry DC, at Soul Society Fest. Now's the time when we get to teach you, and you really, for real this time, get to come on the stage. If you want to learn some popping from Leo, come on up. Kids, adults, grown-ups, grown adults, come on up.
Yes, we're gonna take it back to popping, which is absolutely my favorite style. As Marin said earlier, there's so many styles that fall under the category, the term boogaloo. And one of those is robot. Has anybody seen robot or animation? Okay, I've got some hands. Well, I'm gonna teach you all how to do the robot today. So everybody get on your feet and we're gonna get started. Yep, you too. All right, so there's a few different things that together make robot. One of those things is called isolation. That's where you take one body part or more and you isolate it from everything else. So let's see a hand. Everyone's hands up, all right? Stand very straight and just bring it down and bring it back up. Other hand, bring it up, bring it back down. It's that simple. That's an isolation. Hold this one. Now, try this. All right? Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
So that's an isolation. Before we get started, let me just show you all what robot looks like.
Part of the Funk and Focus team, we've got Leo showing a little bit more popping. If you think you can be a robot like Leo, go ahead. Oh, I see one robot. I see one more. Oh, we got a B-boy turning into a robot. That's fine, that's fine. We'll take it. How about in the grass? I see y'all doing anything. Oh, I see one. Can we get one more? Ah, there we go.
All right, good. So now we're gonna move on to the second element, and that's dime stops. So if you've ever heard of stopping on a dime, that term comes from racing, car racing. All right? It's where you suddenly stop and without movement.
1, 2.
Okay? So I want everybody, we're gonna make a box with our body.
I can hear myself.
To the right,
Yep, I hear the wedges.
to the bottom, right? To the left, up. And let's try to stop. Stop. Stop.
Pull the wedge up.
Stop. And when you stop, make sure your body stays still. It's tricky. Stop. 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 Really good. Let me see you all do it. Down, left, up, right, down, left, up, right. Good. Excellent. We're going to keep with that square. But we're going to move on to the next element, which is... Oh, muscle control. All right, I need a volunteer for this.
You can hear the wedges.
Do I have any volunteers?
Yes.
Yes. So I want you to hold your arms out just like this. Okay, and let's show the audience. No, here, let's turn around and so everyone can see. All right, so I'm going to push down, just not too hard, but on your wrist, and I want you to keep your arms up, okay? Good, excellent. Let me try this one. I'm going to do both of them together. Very good. So you feel that amount of muscle you're tensing to keep it up? That's the amount of tension you should have in your body when you're doing robot, right? So I want you to turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, no, I'm joking. Turn to your neighbor and try this out. We're gonna just take 15, 20 seconds to try it with your neighbor.
If I recall correctly, you're only doing fiddle on one song.
Yeah, just one song.
And don't let me push down.
Yeah.
Don't let me push down. Really good. Okay, I see you all working. I see you all working. Good. So that amount of muscle tension helps you to give that animated effect, right? Robots are mechanical.
Which song is it?
The second one.
All right.
I'm going to turn it off.
So, does everybody get it? I think we're going to put all those together and learn a little combo, okay? So this combo is going to be repetitive, but it might be a little tricky. First, we're going to have our hands back up like this, right? We're going to switch, go down, And now you're going to look to the right. And you move away from where you looked. Yep. Switch arms again. Up. Turn your head the other direction. And move to the left.
He remembers.
Switch arms. Slow down. Switch arms to the left. Oh, I messed up. Turn your head. Right. Switch arms. Stand up. All right? Excellent. And when we get to these different points, I'm going to get to you in one moment. We're going to stop in the points. All right? Yes, I have a hand. Absolutely. We're not done. Yes. So we're going to review. Let's just try first making the square. Let's just try first. So let's put that muscle tension back in our bodies, and we'll go right. We're robots. Now to the right. Now up. To the left. Down. You all look good. To the right. Yes, you all look so good. All right. Can we try with our heads? So the reason why I have us looking the opposite direction is because it looks unpredictable. So let's just look to the right. And now you're going to move your body to the left. Look to the left and move your body to the right. Look to the right. Move your body to the left.
It's
right?
Premium view.
And when we go up and down, that's when we move our hands. All right, so let's try. Switch arms, go down. Switch arms, go up. Switch arms, go down. Switch arms, go up. Yes, now putting it together is the hard part. All right, so let's go down first. Switch arms, down. Turn your head and lean the opposite direction. Switch arms again, go back up. Switch head, lean the other direction, switch arms. Good. Great job, everybody.
You completed part 2, but if you want to try just a tiny bit more, if you want to show your robot, if you want to show everything you've got, I ask that you come onto the dance floor right now. Anyone? Come a little closer, y'all. Just 2 steps then. 2 steps. All right, so we did a little bit of popping. We're about to get to the last portion. Oh, we got a solo. That's right. Take a look. He's ready. They are ready. Look at the muscle control. That's right. Hey, give it up. It takes a lot to come out here, y'all. Give it up. Putting into action what you just learned. That's good. Very nice. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, but really, for this next portion of the dance, it's our last and final portion with urban artistry. So again, we are Urban Artistry, cultural education project located over in Silver Spring, the Wheaton side, right by the Wheaton Metro. Next week, we have a super special schedule with International Soul Society Festival. And when we are done this last section of Jerusalem, then we're going to ask that you stay right here to hear from our neighbor. Roberto from Rhoda Movement is going to be right here, right after us. So stick around, okay? We're going to ask you to take at least 5 more steps forward. If you touch the stage, that's okay. And we're going to do a dance called Jerusalem together. Here to lead us is Avery from Urban Artistry.
Hey, how's everybody doing? So we're going to learn this dance today. Real simple, real easy, it repeats. So let's go ahead and get this started. All right, so we're starting with our left foot. This is 4 counts. We're gonna start simple, just with a tap. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody run that one more time for me from the top. All right, we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't be afraid to let the dance hit the whole body. Get a little shimmy going, all right? So we're gonna repeat for the next part on the right leg. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, running from the top one more time. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, everybody good so far? Pretty easy? Right. All right, next step, it's another 4 count. We're going to hop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody got that? Let's try it one more time from the top, tippy top. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, everybody good? Cool. So this next step, what we're gonna do is a walk forward. Again, 4 counts. So we're gonna go, you're gonna kind of like prep with your right leg. You're gonna go and 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's take it back. We'll do the walk again. Couple details, right? So we'll start from the top. We went 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to start low and gradually work your way up out of this walk, right? So we go and 1, 2, 3, 4. Next step is you're gonna tap with that left foot. We go tap, then we 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap with the right. We go back, 2, 3, 4, and then we just repeat the step over again. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, then right, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and walk, 2, 3, 4. Tap, 2, 3, 4, and tap, 2, 3, 4. Repeat, 2, 3, 4, and boom, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and walk, 2, 3, 4, boom, 2, 3, 4, and tap, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and walk, 2, 3, 4. Cool. All right. We're gonna try from the top real quick. Anybody have any questions? Everybody good? Everybody good? All right, let's work it out. All right, remember we're starting with that left leg. We're just gonna run it through, all right? 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and walk. 2, 3, 4. Tap. 2, 3, 4. Did I skip? Did I skip? Did I skip a step? All right, my bad. I skipped a step. Y'all, it's the heat. It's the heat. It's the heat. It's hot. It gets a little hot out here. It's the humidity. It makes you, you know. All right. All right, let's run through this, all right? All right, let's go. 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap. 2, 3, 4, and walk. 2, 3, 4. Tap. 2, 3, 4, and tap. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and hop. 2, 3, 4, and walk. 2, 3, 4. Boom. 2, 3, 4. Tap. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8, 2, 3, 4, and walk. Tap. 2, 4, and tap. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8, 2, 3, 4, and and walk. 2, and tap. 3, 4. 2, 3, tap. 2, 3, 4, and back. 2, 3, 4. 8, 2, 3, and walk. Hey, cool. All right, all right. Rock it out. All right. Good job, y'all. That is the Jerusalem. We are Urban Artistry. Thank you so much for joining us for this, y'all. We appreciate it. And yeah.
We are here with Urban Artistry. If you didn't hear it now, you know it. At Urban Artistry DC, at Soul Society Fest. And coming up next, you're not going far. You're hearing from Roberto from Rhoda Movement.
Hey everybody, how are you doing? Let's give a clap to Urban District one more time for the amazing work. My name is Roberto. I'm a capoeirista. Capoeira is an African Brazilian martial art mixed with dance, acrobatics, and music. So I'm alone today, and I might need the help for everybody. First, I'm gonna perform, and then you're gonna follow me.
Clap, clap, clap. Come on in, come on in. First position. Follow along, follow along. Throw a kick.
Saravá, mestre Bimba, meu mestre, e axé para todos os capoeiras.
Thank you so much. We're offering capoeira for kids and adults in Wheaton, Maryland, Triangle Lane. Our website, capoeiramaryland.com. Thanks the organizers for the opportunity to let me perform here in the Kensington Juneteenth Celebration. Thank you so much.
That's right, we got Rhoda Movement. Now, let's hear it one more time for Roberto.
Hey, that was awesome. That was Urban Artistry. I didn't even get to tell you a little bit about them. Since its establishment in 2005, Urban Artistry has humbly presented the international dance and arts communities with a renewed perspective on urban dance and arts. Drawing from the creativity of its founders, directors, and international roster of members and affiliates, Urban Artistry has grown from the vision of one to the mission of many. Though Urban Artistry promotes education and foundational movement and history, these culturalists operate from the understanding that culture is not stagnant. It is a living, breathing entity that accepts change. However, growth does not mean one has to forget from whence they come. Thank you again, Urban Artistry. Give it up for them. And now, I would say coming to the stage, but already on the stage, we have a special guest. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you two darlings of the local Piedmont blues scene, Miles Spicer and Yaya Patterson, performing as Spice Cake, winners of the DC Blues Society's 2022 Annual Solo Duo Contest. Spice Cake blends Yaya Patterson's vocals with Miles Spicer's acoustic guitar to create a tasty blues treat. Miles has been a part of the Washington, D.C. area acoustic blues scene since the 1990s. Yaya has played music from a very young age. She studied music therapy and jazz voice at a collegiate level, and and in addition is a songwriter and guitarist. Yaya's youthful, exuberant energy and Miles's extensive experience, especially playing Piedmont blues, are Spice Cake's key ingredients, and their performances of original songs and blues standards alike will only leave you wanting more. So now, ladies and gentlemen, our final act for the evening, get ready, give it up for Spice Cake!
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, wow.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start off with some call and response. Earlier we all did Ashe.
Ashe.
Come on, you know, when I say Ashe, you say Ashe. Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Now we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna do it with It's All Right. It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right.
All right, we're about to sing it for you.
And it's all right.
It's all right.
And it's all right.
It's all right.
And it's all right to have a good time. It's all right.
Whoa,
it's all right.
We gon' to move it slow.
It's all right.
When the lights are low.
It's all right.
When you move it slow, it feels like more. Oh, it's all right.
Whoa, it's all right. People listen to the beat.
It's all right.
Kindly tap your feet.
It's all right.
'Cause you got soul, and everybody know. And it's all right. Whoa, it's all right. It's all right. And it's all right. Whoa, it's all right. It's all right. And it's all right. Whoa, it's all right.
I say to clap your hands.
It's all right.
Give yourself a chance.
It's all right.
See, you got soul, and everybody knows that it's all right.
Whoa, it's all right.
I say to clap your hands.
It's all right.
Give yourself a chance.
It's all right.
See, you got soul,
Soul, and everybody
knows.
You've got soul, and everybody knows.
See, you got soul, and everybody knows that it's all right. Whoa, it's all right.
Thank you. Wow, what a beautiful day for a festival. What a great reason for a festival, Juneteenth. I'm so glad you guys are here. I want to give a big thanks to the sound guys because they are making us sound great already. I hear everything. You the man. You ready, dear?
Yes.
All right, our friend Moses Crouch wrote this one.
Well, I left the one I was adoring when that Memphis rain was pouring down. So I figure that I'll just retire if that water just gets higher now. Lord, Mississippi, and he wouldn't come to get me out. And now he says our love is ceasing and that water's just increasing now.
Lord,
how I love
to hear the sound. While the rain falls and hits the ground.
Georgia mountains when that bloody moon was rounding down. So I slip into a gorge for cover. Sunrise, I'll be in another town.
Lord, how I love to hear the sound.
Falls and hits the ground. Ow, ow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's do a Piedmont song. This one goes back to Mississippi John Hurt. And it features Yaya doing, of course, the vocal and a little storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Blues all in the ocean, blues all in the air. Can't stay here no longer, I have no steamship fare. When my earthly trials are over, cast my body out in the sea. Save on all the undertaker's bills and let the mermaids flirt with me. I don't work for pleasure, true peace I find no more. The only reason I work at all to keep the wolves from my door. When my earthly trials are over, cast my body out in the sea. Save on all the undertaker's bills and let the mermaids flirt with me. There is a lake nearby my home by the name of Artemisia. And there are 2 willows by that lake. One stands tall and the other has fallen by the wayside. And That tree that has fallen by the wayside, it looks dead and barren in the winter. But in the spring, it grows green because it is fed by underground sugars. See, that's what trees do. When a tree falls, the other trees in the area begin to push sugary supports from underneath. And so that tree, that fallen tree, is full of beautiful leaves come springtime. And I think about how that's what love is like. When you give so much love, even when someone's far away, broken, or even left this place, it keeps them alive. When my earthly trials are over, cast my body out in the sea. Save on all the undertaker's bills and let mermaids flirt with me. Blues all in my body, my darling, I cannot find. Only thing I can call my own is a weak and worried mind. When my earthly trials are over, cast my body out in the sea. Save on all the undertaker's bills and let the mermaids flirt with me. Thank you.
Thank you. So, how about a spiritual? Y'all feel up to that? It's a good day for a spiritual.
Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain, set my people free. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain, set my people free. Who's them people dressed in white? Set my people free. Who's them people dressed in white? Set my people free. Who's them people dressed in white? Must be the children of the Israelites. Go tell it on the mountain, set my people free. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain, set my people free. Sing with me a little bit. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain, set my people free. Now who's them children dressed in red? Set my people free. Now who's them people dressed in red? Set my people free. Now who's them people dressed in red? Must be the children that Moses led. Go tell it on the mountain, set my people free. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain, set my people free. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain, set my people free. Now who's them children dressed in black? Set my people free. Now who's them children dressed in black? Set my people free. Now who's them children and dressed in black. They come too far and won't go back.
Go tell it on the mountain, set my people free. Come on, y'all. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain, set my people free. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain, set my people free. One more time. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain, set my people free. Set my people free. Set my people free.
Set my people free.
Thank you. So we're Spice Cake. I'm Miles, and this is Yaya. I want to thank y'all for hanging out with us. What a day.
What a day.
So who had stuff from the food trucks? Who had the ice cream? There we go. Did anybody else have the brisket? Oh. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. So this is an Archie Edwards song. Archie Edwards had a barbershop in Northeast Washington, D.C. from the 1950s until he passed away in 1998. And on Saturday afternoons, his friends would come by and a jam would ensue. And he would stop cutting hair about 2 or 3 o'clock and sit back in his barber chair, and his friends would pass around libations. And by the time 4 o'clock came, you did not want him cutting your hair. You would better served coming back Monday or Tuesday. But this is one of his songs. And the beauty of this song is, you know, it gets bad sometimes, but it gets better. Well, I'm down today, but I won't be down always.
I won't be down always.
And I'm down today, but I won't be down always.
I won't be down always.
And the sun's gonna shine my back door someday.
On my back door someday.
Said the sun's gonna shine my back door someday.
On my back door someday.
Said the sun's gonna shine my back door someday.
On my back door someday.
And the wind's gonna blow all my troubles away. Watch out, y'all.
Do you hear my baby? Do you hear him call my name? Do you hear my baby? Do you hear him call my name? He don't call so loud. He don't call so loud, but he calls so nice and plain.
Well, I'm down today, but I won't be down all the way.
No, I won't be down no way.
I'm down today, but I won't be down all the way.
No, I won't be down no way.
And the sun's gonna shine my back door someday. Said the sun's gonna shine my back door someday. The sun's gonna shine my back door someday. And the wind's gonna blow. Wind's gonna blow Say the wind's gonna blow. All my troubles away. All my troubles away. All my troubles away. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Ooh, yeah. We're cruising right along.
This is a traditional song, but it's become my favorite, and I would say in the last month it's become my favorite song, and I have a little story about it. Come the middle, I'll share it with you. And we're just getting capoed up.
Yes, we are.
Keep it in comfortable singing range for myself.
Here's your note.
Well, you wake up in the morning, you hear the church bell ring, and they march you to the table. You see the same old thing. Ain't no food upon the table, ain't no pork up in the pan, but you best to not complain, boy. You'll get in trouble with the man. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine her ever-loving light on me. Let the midnight special shine her light on me. Let the midnight special shine her ever-loving light on me. Come yonder, Miss Rosie. How in the world did you know? Well, I knew by her apron and the dress that she wore. Umbrella on her shoulder, a letter in her hand. Oh, she's going to the governor to set loose her man. Let the midnight special shine her light on me. Let the midnight special shine her ever-loving light on me. Let the midnight special shine her light on me. Let the midnight special shine her ever-loving light on me. Our ancestors not too long ago, later than enslavement times, but during the sharecropping South, which was slavery by a different name, many of them decided that they could no longer stay in the South under the working conditions that they had and the extremely low pay. And so they decided that they were going to go up north by train and start a new life there. However, it was easier said than done because this exploitation that they were experiencing came down to the dollar. These plantation owners, they were looking for money for this. And so when these sharecroppers tried to leave, there was actually people lined up at the train stations to take these people back to the plantations. So what would happen is that if you really wanted to leave, you would have to leave under the cover of darkness at night, not tell anyone that wasn't going with you, and you would have to walk 10 or even more miles. so you could catch a midnight train in another town. Let the midnight special shine her light on me. Let the midnight special shine her ever-loving light on me. Let the midnight special shine her light on me. Let the midnight special shine her ever-loving light on me. If you ever go to Texas, you better act right. You better not gamble, and you better not fight, or the sheriff will catch you, and the boys will bring you down. And the next thing you know, boy, you penitentiary bound. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine her ever-loving light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine her ever-loving light on me. On me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now this is a song that really fits the theme for today, and it is a gospel song. And if you can sing it along with me, that'd be much appreciated. It is also a call and response, because that's the best way to do it. You gotta move. You gotta move.
You gotta move.
You gotta move. You gotta move.
Gotta move.
When the Lord gets ready, you gotta move.
You gotta move. Come on.
You gotta move.
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 When the Lord gets ready, you gotta move.
You gotta move.
You gotta move. You may be rich.
You may be rich.
You may be poor.
You may be poor.
You may be fast.
You may be fast.
You may be slow.
You may be slow.
But when the Lord gets ready, you gotta move. You gotta move.
Yeah, yeah.
You may be weak.
Maybe weak.
You may be strong.
Maybe it's strong.
You may be in the street
Mm-hmm.
or at home.
Or at home.
But when the Lord gets ready, you gotta move. You gotta move. You gotta move.
You gotta move.
You gotta move.
You gotta move.
You gotta move.
You gotta move.
You gotta move.
You gotta move.
When the Lord gets ready, you gotta move.
Yeah.
You may be up.
Maybe up.
You may be down.
You may be down.
You may be 6 feet
Maybe 6 feet.
in the ground.
Oh yeah.
But when the Lord gets ready, you gotta move. You gotta move. You may be fast.
Maybe fast.
You may be slow.
Maybe slow.
You may be young.
Maybe young.
You may be old.
Maybe old.
But when the Lord gets ready, You gotta move.
You gotta move.
You gotta move.
You gotta move.
You gotta move, child.
Gotta move.
You gotta move.
Gotta move.
When the Lord is ready, you gotta move.
Gotta move.
Gotta move.
All right now.
You gotta move.
You gotta move.
You gotta move.
You gotta move.
You gotta move, child. You gotta move.
You gotta move.
When the Lord gets ready, you gotta move.
You gotta move.
You gotta move.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good?
No,
Oh, did you have one more?
we have plenty more.
Well, let's do one. Can we do one?
One more?
We're doing I Heard the Angels.
We've got one more.
I Heard the Angels.
We've got one more. Wow, thank y'all for having us. What a beautiful day, what great food, what, man, I went over to the chess place and got waxed. You little kids over there know what they're doing. So we're gonna do one more, and this is a Reverend Gary Davis tune. Reverend Gary Davis, Brian, preacher, come up from South Carolina, landed in New York City. He went up to New York to record some music. He recorded a couple of blues songs and then got religion. Stopped playing blues, became a sanctified preacher, preached in the streets of New York City. He was rediscovered in the 1950s and influenced a whole generation, several generations actually, of guitar players, guitar pickers. So this is one of his songs. Oh boy, we're in drop D. We're not supposed to be in drop D. That's better. As the song would wear on, you will really appreciate the fact that I'm in the right tuning. And we'll leave it at that.
Forgiven and your soul is free. I heard my angels singing. I was walking through the valley one day. I heard my angels singing. Saw an old devil come my way. I heard my angels singing. What you reckon that devil say? I heard my angels singing. Heaven's door shut, go home and don't pray. I heard my angels singing, so I got down on my knees. 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 Oh Lord, do you see me here on my knees? I heard my angels singing. Lord, have mercy if you please. breeze. I heard my angel singing. And just when I thought my cause was lost, I heard my angel singing. The dungeon shook and my chains came off. I heard my angel singing. Now the people come running, wanna know what it's all about. I heard my angel singing. Yes, the Holy Ghost, he makes it help but shout. I heard my angel singing, singing. Hallelujah, 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 Oh, I heard my angels, yes, I heard my angels. Oh, yes, I heard my angel, I heard my angel. I heard my angel, I heard my angel singing.
Thank you.
Thank you
We're
so
Spice
much.
Cake. That's Yaya and Miles. We want to thank y'all for having us. This is a great festival. Y'all have a great day. Get home safe.
Terrific. That was Spice Cake, y'all. Did you have a good time? This was our third Kensington Juneteenth celebration. Many, many thanks to all of our sponsors, but especially those at the legacy level. I got to give them a shout out again. The Town of Kensington, M&T Bank, DC Rental, and Regulus Group. Yay! I want all of you to give yourselves a hand. I want you to thank yourselves for being here and celebrating. All right, now we'll be back next year. The plan is Saturday, June 14th. Wait, yep, June 14th, 2025. I hope and pray you will all be here. It has been such a blessing and a delight to be here with you. And I'm going to turn it over now to the founder of the Kensington Juneteenth Celebration. He is my baby brother, the one and only, and I need you to give it up for him because he worked extra, extra, extra hard, Jamie Boston!
I just want to say thank you. I also want to thank our public works team. I didn't get to do that earlier. Phenomenal job. They're always supportive. Thank you. But more importantly, I love you guys. Look, again, the power's in our hands. So let's do something with it. So come back. We'll see you next year. We are doing programs throughout the year, by the way. If you didn't know, we started a film and arts festival. So you'll hear other programs throughout the year. So please support it. Tell your friends, tell your family. But more importantly, take care of yourselves, love one another, and we'll see you again next year. Thanks a lot. Take care.